Hello and welcome to this PE Challenges webinar. We're going to talk to you about how our online PE programme for primary schools helps develop children's sports skills and build a lifelong love of sport. I'm Colin Waldridge, I'm the Head of Operations at PE Challenges, and with me is Stuart Owen, who is our teaching expert. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk to you about how our programmes work, a bit about our background, some of the results that we've seen, and the pricing and how you can get started.
So PE Challenges came about really when I realised that my three children, between them, they'd been to primary school for a total of 14 years, and they'd never been given PE to do at home, sort of PE homework. And I just thought that wasn't right, and I thought a balanced curriculum in school should be matched by a balanced curriculum out of school. So based on that, I created a PE program, which we call PE Challenges, and the idea being that it's designed for every child of every ability. As Colin said, my background's in teaching. I started off as a secondary PE teacher, moved into primary school, and for 20 years I've been running my own football school as well.
And since we've launched PE Challenges, we've been running for about a year now. We've seen some pretty good success. So we have surveys embedded in our courses, and over 1,000 children have responded to those. And what they tell us is that 98% of them enjoy the challenges, 97% say their skills have improved, and 96% say they're more likely to get active in future. And we think it's really important that it's the children telling us these things. Ultimately, this is very much about, are we increasing the children's confidence? Are we improving their enjoyment of sport? And that's really important in a world where there is a genuine physical and mental health crisis. The statistics show that 20% of 5-year-olds are considered overweight, and that rises to 1/3 of children aged 11. And 1 in 6 children aged 5 to 16 are thought to have a mental health disorder. And whilst sport and physical exercise are known to have a beneficial effect on both, time after time, surveys show that not enough children are getting enough activity. And we believe that what we've got can really help tackle that. We know that parents and schools both play a part in that, of course. But here are some of the key issues that schools tell us when it comes to their challenges getting children to be more active. So the first thing we hear is, actually in the school day, there's a lack of time to help all children develop their skills, especially the less confident ones. We also hear that some teachers, primary school teachers, the nature of it is that you teach everything. Some of those teachers aren't really comfortable teaching PE. Some of them have knowledge gaps in certain areas when it comes to PE. Some schools we know have limited indoor or outdoor space, and even those that are blessed with outdoor space, of course, it can be very weather dependent. And on top of that, we often find that academic subjects at the end of the day get more priority than PE. So that's a real challenge. And what we think we've come up with is a way to get around some of those constraints.
Yeah, so originally when we set PE Challenges up, as I said before, it was for children to do at home as sort of PE homework. But what we found over the last year, that the schools that are using our programme are using it for breakfast clubs, break times, lunch times, after school clubs, delivering it in lessons, and also other things like they're getting PE leaders to set up specific targeted groups. So it really is PE for all the time, really, rather than just at home. But a big part of it is to help the children improve their skills and become confident at PE. And I always find that if you get children confident, they enjoy it more, we have smiles on their faces, and we get everybody enjoying their PE lessons. On the website, you'll see clear instructions and teaching points. We cover the key aspects of physical literacy. We differentiate the challenges, so you'll have a challenge for children in reception that have never done PE before, right up to your gifted and talented Year 6 sort of superstars, and the challenges are perfect for all abilities. And in each video, there's 200 altogether. There are ways we suggest ways that you can make the challenges easier or harder, and we often ask the children to do that rather than the teachers. And of course, not everybody has the right equipment, so it's designed to be done in a very small space with any equipment. So the website, this is what the website looks like. That's my daughter in the top right. And this challenge is called Off the Wall. So you'll see a little video, it's about a minute long. And in this one, we're throwing the tennis ball off the wall and catching it, or bouncing it and catching it. Below the video, you'll see the writing that's in the red rectangle, and on there you've got a list of equipment that you need. The challenge is explained, a list of equipment. There's a differentiation in green to make the challenge easier or harder. A few top tips to help the children if they're not sure what to do, or to help them do the challenge a bit better. And then at the bottom in red, how to do the challenge indoors. Obviously, if the weather's not great, we offer ways that it can be done without having the weather affect it. So this is our volleyball course, and this is just to show the progression of the skills. So this is skill number 2 at the top, and that's in red, and it says balloon dig. So that's my son and daughter, and they're trying to do a volleyball dig with a balloon. A balloon obviously rises slowly and drops slowly. It gives you more time to play the shot. If you go down to the bottom, you'll see how the challenges progress in difficulty. So this is challenge 16. It says dig into the bin, and that's my daughter trying to dig the ball over my head and get it into the dustbin. And as you work through the course, the challenges are down the left-hand side, as you can see, and they get progressively harder as we go through. In the green box on the left, you'll see it says volleyball quick check. And these are just a few questions to ask the children how they're getting on, asking them to reflect on their challenges, maybe how much time they spent doing them, if they could have done it any better, or things that they liked about it or found difficult, and things like that. And that's a great way that Colin can put that information together into a nice report and send it through to the schools. In the yellow box, you'll see that's number 5, and it's a personal best challenge. So every 5th challenge is a personal best challenge. The one here is balloon touches in 1 minute. How many touches of the balloon can you do in 1 minute? And again, we can collate the scores, and you can have a bit of friendly competition within your class or within your school.
Yeah, I should say I was doing this actually with one of my children the other day, and I love the tip in this one, which is about if you're going to try and knock the volleyball over somebody's head and into the bin, the way to really get the power is to bend your knees and push up from your legs. And it's that sort of tip which I think is a really nice feature of the courses. They're simple, but they're really valuable. What we've shown you so far is screenshots on a PC, but just to help you understand, it definitely works well on a mobile phone or on a tablet as well. So it's suitable even if children don't have a PC or a laptop at home, which is something I know a lot of schools found out over the last year with the COVID pandemic. Stuart talked about the embedded surveys in the courses, and one of the things that lets us do, or kind of surveys and reports that we provide to schools if you'd like them, we can show you a weekly view of how many children in each class are participating. We also provide you with a list of which children have logged in or haven't that week, so that's a good way of firstly generating a bit of competition between the classes. That's a bit of fun and enthusiasm. But it also allows you to reward those children who log in the most as well. And on top of that, every term, or at the end of each year, you can ask for a benefit report. And in that we provide you with a view of how many hours the children have spent getting active at home, how many tell us their skills have improved, how many tell us they're more likely to get active next week. And we also provide you with a list of the comments that they have provided us on what they've learned and what they've enjoyed. And from my perspective, actually, that's one of the nicest things I get to see is the comments from the children, which suggests that what we're doing works for them and does build their confidence. In terms of pricing, it's a fairly simple scale. For £150, every child in your school can have access to our 200 challenges online. You can also go and download some certificates to reward them for progress and for good behaviours. And there's things like letters to parents, so that you can inform parents of how this works and how to log on and so on. On top of that, if you like, you can get some rewards, which includes a trophy and some stickers and pencils and wristbands. You can ask for the termly reports. That's the benefit statement at the end of each term, and then an annual one for the whole year. You can ask for some weekly reports, which is where we tell you how many children have logged in, and we give you that view of participation by class. And you can ask for scorecards. We'll provide you with personalised A5 colour scorecards for each pupil, and we'll also send you some A3 colour wall charts to track progress in the classrooms.
So hopefully that explains a little bit about our PE Challenges programme. We're getting absolutely fantastic feedback from the schools we're working with currently. If you'd like to get your school set up, we can do that really quickly. Colin can get the schools set up pretty much within a day. There are our contact details, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.